Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all? Welcome back to the OS Rick Project episode 80. How are you guys? Thank you for tuning in, hanging out, listening. How are y'all? What you been up to? What have y'all been playing? What have you been watching? How's everything in y'all's life? Hopefully, well. Thank you for hanging out. Guys, let's talk about it. So, the Game Awards just happened 2023. I watched them. I sat down. Um, I watched them when I got home from work. So I missed the opening ceremony or whatever that was, but I did watch it. I sat down and I put it on Twitch, and I like to doing that, guys. When there's a major video game award or show or presentation, I try to like just kind of hang out with chat and goof off and see what's going on and everything. And I guess get my reaction stuff, whatever. But I watched it this year, and it was kind of like what you expected, maybe even more so. In the aspect of kind of we always kind of knew it was just advertisement, heavy, but you kind of really saw it this year how they did it, and between shooing off the winners, which look, let's be real here, guys. You're gonna say thank you so and so, thank you so and so for everything. Cool. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. I get it. They should win. They should at least be able to say something, but we know what they're going to say, right? And we know what's really putting the money into the show. You got to have the advertisers. You got to have the big names show up and tell you what their future projects are. There goes the cat in the background. There he goes. You got to let them know what your future projects are, and you got to show trailers. And that's what I'm for. I'm for the trailers. The musical acts, some of the things I was just kind of cringy. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny when Keely had Gonzo on there. Oh, that's cool, Gonzo. I remember him from Muppet Babies. That was awesome. It was cool. But then that just went way too long. It was like, okay, what are they still doing here? The Alan Wake 2 stage performance on there. It was like, hey, look, maybe you didn't play the game. We're gonna show you what's in there. A musical number. Hope you like it. No, I don't. Didn't buy it. So I mean, there was like maybe two games that I was excited for. Was it Stellar Mech? That one looked interesting. You know, mostly because I've been playing Armored Core 6. But I think this one's more kind of like a battle royale slash 3v3, 6v6 kind of format. So I don't know. I don't really don't do the PvP. But it looked cool. And the one, well, there's two more. The guys who did DNF Duel, the first Berserker Kazan or something, just like an action adventure game, playing as one of their characters and stuff like that. But again, they're coming from a gotcha background, so I don't know how this game would play, but just visually it looked pretty cool. It just looked like an anime action game. And then I saw a little bit of one from the guys at Atlas, like it's kind of like a Persona-esque game. So I forgot the name was. It has a unique different name, Magnificent something, I don't know. But those are three like the only ones that I saw. Two were brand new. I already seen that Persona, the Atlas one before. So overall, as for the games, oof, man, like there's like so many times I just see like forced diversity and inclusion, and it got and you always see it every year, but it's just like, oh, again, it's like, I guess these are my only options to play as, right? So, and I don't know if you've seen it, guys, but there's a company out there called Sweet Baby Inc. And they're the ones that are working with these other companies. Some of these are big brands, big AAA companies, and they're kind of just they're injecting forced diversity and stuff like that. And it just got to the point where it's like, all right, dude, I'm done. This is just boring. Now you're just like, it's not even like, it doesn't even feel like natural now. It just feels like it's just exactly that, forced. So keep an eye out for that, guys. And what have they worked on? Well, Ragnarok, God of War, they worked on that. They worked on Spider-Man 2. What else have they worked on? Look it up, guys. But they have a whole bunch of stuff, and it's to the point now where it's getting ridiculous. Like if I see any game that has that, like I'm staying. Alan Wake was another one, I believe. I'm staying clear from that. But I want to talk about the awards, guys. And like I said, at the end of the day, what's important is what was your favorite game of the year? What was your favorite? What you call it? The games that you played are the important ones, right? But I do kind of want to go over and talk about some of the things that I did see, and I kind of like laughed, and it was funny. I seen some compilation videos of like the Sony fanboys getting butthurt because Spider-Man 2 won nothing, and I'm over here just kind of like I kind of like laugh in Armored Core, because I see that Spider-Man got nominated for 7 things, brought home nothing. A game that pandered and tried to be all inclusive to everybody, and it got nothing. Like even the same industry that all preaches the same thing, right? The same award show that didn't want to nominate Hogwarts Legacy for anything, one of the best-selling games of the year, and Spider-Man 2 won nothing out of it. Zero. Zip. Armored Core got nominated for one thing, and it won it. Best action game. Cool. That's great. I mean, we know what it is. It should be the game of the year. But just seeing this stuff, it just kind of shows you, like, even when you pander to your echo chamber, your same audience, you still get nothing. Oh, I could just hear the Spider-Man boys just crying. And I looked at the game and I was like, man, dude, spoilers, guys, like the final fight when you're fighting symbiote Mary Jane and she's blaming Peter for everything. Like, no one buys my book. Yeah, but they're probably shit. No one pays attention to me. And then like Peter just apologizing for everything. And then they want to pass the mantle and make Miles Morales the next guy. I was looking up at the numbers, guys, for Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, the one that came out with the launch of the PS2, PS5. And the numbers didn't sell that well. Now compared, I'm sure there's other games that wish they sold as much as Miles Morales. Okay, it did sell, but in comparison to its predecessor and to the current one, Spider-Man 2, I don't think the numbers are as impressive. Again, there are some game companies that will kill to have the numbers, but when you hold it shoulder to shoulder to its other predecessor games and the recent one, it doesn't stand up. And now they want to sideline Peter, and like, here's Miles Morales with that silly looking outfit with the Adidas, which was just a collab, by the way, guys. It was just a way so they could get Adidas in there and make you buy their shoes. Don't get me wrong, I like Adidas. I wear their stuff, but those shoes, I learned my lesson. I wouldn't pay more than $90 for a pair of their shoes. Okay, they're glued. Okay, guys, they're comfortable. I like them, but they're glued. That's all I gotta say. Okay, and they're probably made in sweatshops. So you know. And it's funny. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but one of the main guys over there at Spider-Man 2, I think his name is Brian Intithar. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Sorry, bro. But there's clips out there of him going on different podcasts talking about how you get what people like and then you inject something else so you can force them to like it. And I think they did a great job of that with Spider-Man 2. Full disclosure, guys, I didn't play the game. I just watched it. I've seen enough. I played a little bit of the first one. Did it interest me? I thought it was, very influenced influenced heavily by the Arkham series games. You remember those? The fun ones? The great ones? Where the babes were babes? But it's just, when you look at it and how they're like, I remember playing the first one and like having to do a Mary Jane mission. I'm like, or these stupid little puzzles. I'm like, I want to play as Spider-Man. And then like they kind of double down. They're like, here's Mary Jane again. And now somehow she's able to like take down professional hunters. Really? When did she get that skill set? Oh, I mean, maybe if they kind of showed it how you got it and actually went through the story and like, oh, she's actually training. She's taking some classes and some self-defense and knows how to fight. Oh, no. Okay. Cool. But yeah, I mean, they are saying the quiet part out loud. They are going to put stuff in there, even though you might not like it, but they're going to inject it just so you get these nice, ESG scores and everything, and so you could play the game. And guess what? In the same crowd, in their same echo chamber award ceremonies, they got nothing for it. And I just, like I said, I'm just like, wow, that is just, I love it. What else, guys? Oh, there was one part when I saw the game where I saw the guy who plays Father. He was a droid in Raised by Wolves. I seen season 1 and I enjoyed it. I tried watching season 2, but it was just too much since the previous season, and I just forgot what's going on because it was a too much going on. But anyway, one of the guys there, he came out on stage to announce that he's gonna have a video game with his company. Abu Bakr Salim. Again, I'm sorry, I butchered your name, bro. It's my bad. But he was talking about how, the emotion, and he lost his father, and that I feel for him. I'm sorry for that, and having to cope and deal, and using games could be a powerful piece of art and emotion. And I'm thinking, that's not gonna sell me the game, dude. I want it. It has to be a great game, a good game, a fun game. If you're just gonna tell me like, hey, this is my backstory and you should buy it now, no, I'm not. Sorry. It has to be fun. It has to be great. I mean, from what I seen, it looked like an action side scroller, similar to the vein of maybe something like Dead Cells or Metroid or something along that line. Maybe like that new Prince of Persia game that's coming out, side scrolling. It looks, or Ori and the Wisp or whatever. It looks like something in that vein, kind of. But this whole like, buy my game because I'm trying to cope and this is art and this is beautiful, and like, is the game good? That's all I need you to be. Do you make a good game? And then maybe I'll play it. I don't know. But just seeing stuff like that, I was like, dude, come on, man. Come on. Just sell something. I mean, not sell something. Put something out there that's good. Sorry. You was selling something. That's what it was. I'm not going to download it, by the way. I do want to talk about more about the whole announcements and people being, the winners actually being shoot off stage and whatever. There was one part where they had Hideo Kojima and Jordan Peele come out, and they were just basically just fluffing each other up, saying how hyped they are to work with each other and cool. And they showed a little snippet for the next game called OD, which didn't show nothing at all, true to Kojima's fashion. But it got to the point now, and I said this before, guys. I feel like Death Stranding is something like everybody should like try out. I'm not saying it was a great game, good game, but you should experience it, right? Just so you can know what's going on. But in the end of the day, though, I can't say that it was, oh man, like a game that I actually enjoyed playing that I want to go back and do again. It's not. I did it once, cool, and then that was it. I'm starting to feel, and I've always had this. I've always had this mentality of, no matter what you do, right, you can't rest on your laurels. You are only as good as your last, as you're only as good as your last day. If Kojima thinks that him putting out OD and it's gonna be a smash hit or success like he was, like the notoriety he got while at the helm of Metal Gear, that series, I don't know. I don't know if I could take another one. It'll have to be like, it has to be fun, it has to be great, it has to be engaging. That I as much as I enjoy Kojima stuff way back in the past, I cannot give him a pass. I can't say, all right, well, it's a Kojima game, it's cool, that's it. I mean, look, regardless of what you think of him, I will say he is a good storyteller. He can tell a story. Now, sometimes he might lean into that way too much, and as a Kojima fan, and if you're listening, maybe you played some of his stuff. He gets a little out there with those stories. I mean, case in point with Metal Gear. I mean, and it makes it a unique. And if you could do it with the game, you having a unique experience. But especially with Death Stranding, I don't feel like you can constantly that. Like what they did with Death Stranding, cool, I like it. But when it comes with this next one, OD, and as much as they're hyping each other up, like I really don't care. It has to be good. It has to be fun. I have to enjoy it. Because honestly, if you think about it, this is like a very critical question I like to ask people or ask myself sometimes. It's like, how would you have felt about Death Stranding if it wasn't Kojima's name attached to it. How would you feel about that? Would it still would you still get the same sort of feelings and reception and think about it the same way? Would you see it in the same light? And that's a good question. I don't want everybody to ask themselves that, because I'm actually torn about it, because like I said, I like Kojima, but Death Stranding was, if you were expecting what you had from Metal Gear Solid 1 through 5, it's not that. It's not that. So I just want to talk about that, guys, and wanted to get y'all's opinions on what y'all think about a situation like that. Again, great storyteller, but that doesn't always translate when it comes to video games, right? What else did I want to? There's one more thing I want to talk about: the Goaties Game Awards. No Elden Ring DLC. That was kind of a letdown. That was like, oops, no DLC this time. And I was just kind of waiting for the very end. They're like, and one last final trailer. I was like, oh, this is Monster Hunter. Okay, I was thinking, all right, well, maybe they'll have like a post show, a credit roll or trailer roll for Elden Ring. I'm just waiting, like any minute now, boys. All right, show's done. I'm like, we didn't get Elden Ring DLC, but you know what? FromSoft is, I want to be 100% with you guys. It's one of my favorite publishers, and it's one of my favorite game developers. So if they still need time to cook the DLC, by all means, take your time. I am fine with it. I have no issues. Remember, don't rush it. Yes, as a fan, I would have liked to have seen a trailer, but they got nothing to show yet. And it's fine. It'll come out when it's ready and good. Don't rush it, guys. You can't rush good gaming, right? And finally, Alan Wake 2. It got some awards. Cool, great. I'm not hating on the game. It's fine. I actually did enjoy Control. Control was a fun game. I had a blast with it, and I actually went back and played again. So it's one of those games where, yeah, I had fun. But Alan Wake 2, from what I noticed, is it came out on the consoles and on Epic Game Store. And I mentioned this before, where it got nominated already for Game of the Year when it just came out like 2 weeks before the nominees were out, which got me like, okay, how? I get it, there's a cutoff date, but this game really that good? You could, like, out of all the stuff that came out, okay, fine. They had their whole song and dance, literally talking about, a musical number, which was like, okay, I'm not a musical guy, so this is not really selling to me. And then it turns out, like, I haven't played the game, guys, but isn't there like a musical number in the game also? Like, okay, cool. Still don't want to play it. Only available on, when it comes to PC, only available on Epic Game Store. Okay, not for me either. But I was looking around and trying to see like sales numbers for Alan Wake 2, and I couldn't find anything. And by just looking around, searching, like, I'm just Googling up Alan Wake 2, and I kind of went to the Reddit, and Remedy hasn't announced it yet. So, and look, and I understand the numbers are going to be low when your online, your PC platform is only on Epic Game Store, which is a secondary compared to Steam. Steam is still the big boy. And on console, I don't know. I haven't looked at the sales number. I haven't checked the NPD report to see what the sales are for Alan Wake. But apparently, like, the critics like it, but it's not selling well, which that kind of tells you like what the game, like, that should kind of like give you an idea of what the game is like. Just because the critics like it, just because someone tells you you should like it, it doesn't mean it's how does sales do? How's it doing? Are people talking about it? Is there a buzz going around it? Is it like a genuine, like, organic, thing that people talk about? I've had maybe like 2 people ask me about that game. They're like, "Oh, did you pick up Alan Wake?" No. "Oh, Alan Wake reminds me of a certain game. Are you interested in it?" No. Sorry. That I've only had 2 people at all like even bring up that game to me. I have no, like, and I mean, I would play it like if it goes on discount on sale, but I'm not gonna pay full price for that. I'm sorry. Especially when it's like the whole forced diversity thing. I'm not about that. So, and that's just how it is now, right? I mean, everything you see, there's gonna be some form of shape, fashion form of that. But yeah, that's it, guys. I just want to talk about real quick about the Game Awards, a quick little show. Overall, I do enjoy the trailers and world premieres, but there wasn't enough of that this year that I was like, oh wow, I'm totally excited for. I don't know. This year, maybe it just didn't hit us like it used to. It wasn't the same, and we've all known it's all about the advertising, but you really saw it this time. Again, just by the way they show off the winners and were able to just show the shill out to people, having a spot on, having people show off their game and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your holidays. Thank you for listening. All that good stuff. Play some fun games. Play some fun games, guys. Go play Armored Core 6. That is the truth. It feels so great. And actually, I heard someone that they're coming coming out with another update. They're going to be adding new weapons and parts and frames and everything. So keep an eye out for that one, guys. That really is the truth. And when I find some more stuff to talk about, guys, I'll make sure to share it with you guys. And y'all let me know what you think, all right? Do you agree? Disagree? Don't care? Hey, let me know what you think, all right? Have a good night. Enjoy your games. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. And I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.